Hello once again, skeptics, doubters, and seekers of the objective truth. It's May 7th, 2017, and I'd like to talk about the news from May 2nd that minor league baseball player Casey Thomas, a 24-year-old who had played just 1 year of rookie ball in the Oakland A's farm system, dropped dead. No car accident, no known illness, no sign of foul play. A 24-year-old athlete in the prime of his life simply stopped breathing and passed away. What I'm not going to be discussing in this video is whether or not this man really died or if this story is some type of hoax. The fact is, I don't know. It's unlikely anyone who ever sees this knows. The point of this video is to show that the numbers involved are the same numbers we see in almost every story about a suspicious death, numbers that have to do with death, murder, and killing. The repetition of these numbers transcends coincidence and provides further evidence of a widespread media conspiracy to hide truth and maintain a culture of fear in which death may be lying right around any corner for anyone. Now, before looking at the numerology and gematria of Casey Thomas, let's first discuss his father, Tom. Tom Thomas was a longtime scout for the Oakland Athletics organization. Therefore, he was at least partly responsible for drafting his own son into the Athletics farm system. This is the main reason I'm not positive this story is real, but know that we're dealing with a gang who does very much believe ritual sacrifice is necessary, and there have been plenty of documented cases in which these types of deaths are real. So first, let's look at the name gematria of Tom Thomas. You'll see in the septenary cipher, his name sums to 33. In reverse ordinal, his name has 119 gematria. 119 being the number of Saturn, the all-seeing eye, the Star of David, etc. What I also found interesting is Tom Thomas has English extended gematria of 709. This is similar to the gematria for words like murder in English ordinal and ritual using our ALW Kabbalah cipher. ALW, for those who haven't seen it or used it, is a cipher that assigns the next value to every 11th letter. So it's L being the 12th letter, W being the 23rd, you go up 3 to 26, and then 8 more to H, and so on. But Tom Thomas, in reduction gematria, sums to 34 full reduction and 43 using single reduction with the S exception. This matches the name of the team that he works for, the Athletics, who also have 34 and 43 gematria with the single reduction. 34 matches the gematria of murder, and you'll notice here from Casey Thomas's profile, he was drafted in the 34th round in 2016 out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Killing in reverse reduction has gematria 43 matching Tom Thomas and Athletics, also matching Texas A&M, the school that Casey Thomas went to. Now I also want to note that Tom Thomas has reverse reduction gematria of 47, and his son Casey Thomas died 47 days after his birthday. 74 is more normally a number we see associated with killing that we'll see soon, but its reflection 47 makes many appearances in Murdered by Numbers as well. Casey Thomas played shortstop in reverse ordinal. This is 93. Remember, this is that number of Saturn. The sun, they say, is 93 million miles away. And in the Kabbalah ciphers, time and murder represent this concept of the circles of time. In fact, circles also sums to 93 in ALW. And you'll notice that Casey Thomas, from his profile here, was born in 1993. Now the word murder also has gematria of 83, reverse ordinal, just like Texas A&M, the school he went to, which we saw in the last slide as well. Now this was Texas A&M Corpus Christi that he attended, and Corpus Christi also contains that 83 gematria in reverse reduction. So Oakland Athletics in reverse reduction sums to 97. This matches the English ordinal gematria of Athletics, and 97 is one of those numbers very closely associated with death, as we see here in reverse ordinal. Now let it be known that the 25th prime number is 97. Death also has gematria of 25 in reverse reduction. Those numbers are very closely related. Now, the name of the woman who broke the news, she's a beat reporter for the Oakland A's and has a Twitter account in which she posted an article that we'll see in a second. Her name in reduction gematria sums to 25, just like death. But also consider that May 2nd can be written 2/5, as it is in most parts of the world, or 5/2. And Casey Thomas's full name, Casey Lee Thomas, has gematria of 52 in full reduction and septenary, matching the date he died on the calendar, 5/2. This woman, Jane Lee, the beat reporter, also has gematria of 52 using standard English ordinal. Here's the Twitter message that she sent out to announce the death of Casey Thomas. You'll see Jane Lee also has interesting gematria of 137, this being the 33rd prime number. Jane Lee in reverse reduction has gematria of 38, and this number is one we see constantly associated with these stories, as we can find it in the gematria of all three: murder, killing, and death. I noted that the headline of this article, Statement Regarding Casey Thomas, if we were to use the Kabbalah cipher, which I do believe is highly in practice, you'll see that this sums to 399. I find this significant because murder in the Jewish cipher also sums to 399. Mind you, this was the first public release of this information as far as I can find. Jane goes ahead and lists a couple of stats. She says that he had 18 RBIs in 37 games. And taking a look at Casey Thomas's 2016 stat line here in Rookie Ball, you'll see he had 33 total bases on 31 hits. Here's the 18 RBIs that she mentioned and the 37 games. Also see how he had 25 strikeouts, 25 like that number of death that we just saw. Now, what's interesting about pointing out this specific stat, that he had 18 RBI in 37 games, if we do an inversion on these numbers and get 81 and 73, you'll see Ritual, which has gematria both ways, forward and reverse alphabetic order of 81, and Ritual sums to 410 using the Jewish cipher. And it's worth noting that Casey Thomas's birth numerology, the life lesson number is 41. That's the 13th prime number. Now, as far as that 37, its inverse 73. Sacrifice in English ordinal has gematria of 73, as does Ritual Sacrifice in full reduction. Now, Oakland Athletics, again, the team that he played for, the farm system, has gematria of 155 in English ordinal, as does Killing using the English extended cipher. Killing, as we mentioned before, also has 74 in English ordinal. They say that he was batting .258 in his rookie year. If we write out .258, this sums to 74 in full reduction, as does his full name, Casey Lee Thomas, in reverse reduction, 74. Perhaps most interesting of all of this, Oakland Athletics, using the English extended cipher, has gematria of 722. The inverse of this number, 227, is one I talk about every video. 22 divided by 7 sums to pi, representing the cycle of time. Well, if we take its inverse, 7 divided by 22, some of you may know, we get .318, and this number repeats over and over. Casey Thomas passed away 318 days before his 25th birthday. Casey Lee Thomas, English ordinal, has gematria of 151. You'll see that this number is directly related to 227, based on its relationship in the octal numbering system. But Casey Lee Thomas in reverse ordinal has 227 gematria anyway. Also noteworthy is that Casey Lee Thomas sums to 808 using the Jewish cipher. 808, of course, being another number significantly representative of time. The number 808, too, it contains 4 circles. If you think of each circle containing 360 degrees, the total number of degrees then becomes 1,440. That's the number of minutes in a full day. Now, I want to point out this detail about 88 was a very keen observation that came from a new voice on YouTube, Zenith of the Alphas Americas. I'm going to link his channel down below. Every video of his so far has contained at least one brilliant revelation about numbers and gematria, and I recommend anyone watching this who wants to quickly beef up on some knowledge to go check out each of his videos. But moving along, blood sacrifice, and these might be some more random connections, one may believe, but consider the volume here and really think on it. Blood sacrifice, like I said, 121 English ordinal gematria. The city in which Casey Thomas died, as well as his first and last name, both sum to 121 using the Kabbalah cipher. Arizona in ordinal equals 84. This matches killing in the same ALW Kabbalah cipher. The state in which this occurred in, Arizona, has matching 39 gematria with Casey Thomas. Also noting that death in that ALW cipher sums to 60, which Casey Thomas has gematria of as well using reverse reduction. And this connection, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but consider it. Ritual sacrifice in Jewish gematria sums to 616. Some people argue this is the true number of the beast. But what if you turn this number upside down? You get 919. Casey Thomas played in the Arizona League in rookie ball for the Oakland A's farm system. And when we write out Arizona League in the same cipher, we get 919, like that 616 upside down. Also consider, Arizona League has gematria of 63, better hurry this up, in full reduction, as does Ritual 630 in the English extended cipher. And one last note, Casey Lee Thomas, on his obituary page here, it's noted that he actually died on May 1st, May 1st being May Day, or Beltane, the high holiday on the pagan calendar, so it's possible this was a sacrifice done on that date. If he did die that day, note that this death came 46 days after his birthday, which matches the gematria of sacrifice as well as the city that he passed away in. So a very suspicious death, at least a very suspicious story. If there's anything to learn about this, it's that something is definitely going on in the world of sports and entertainment. Thanks again for watching, and have a blessed day.